Here's a quick one for you to think about in relation to, working sheepdogs. And sheepdogs with a will to please. I never think about that will to please thing. I don't like giving yourself inaccurate information or going along with a little story that fits but mightn't be accurate but feels comfortable. I'm not interested in that. So I'll tell you, here's my version of it. This is the way I like to look at, good working sheepdogs with a good desire to work. I see them a little bit. It was Bart Bellin actually that brought my attention to it. He talks about birds of prey. So you've got your Harris hawks and your peregrine falcons and your goshawks, all the various different birds that you can do falconry with. But most of them are all solitary birds. But all of them, they're not your friend. They'll work with you, but they're not your friend. And so you've got to weigh them. You've got to make sure they're not too full. So you know that they're motivated by, well, they want to fill their stomach really. And so you've got to measure their weight and make sure that they're hungry enough. And then don't kill too much stuff with them, because if they start eating it, next thing their motivation is satisfied and they'll go up in a tree and they don't care about you. That's how important you are. I'm full, don't need you. That's the way the bird looks at it. And so our dogs look at it a little bit like that. They're not as cold, obviously, as the birds, but it's not to be confused with thinking that they love us and that they want to please us. It's more to do with their stomach, and I like the stomach on the bird of prey. And then there's one other thing about the bird of prey. So, of all the hawks and peregrine falcons and all, as far as I know, and I'm open to be corrected, there's only one bird that will work with, well, will use other stuff. So a Harris hawk, for example, you can work two Harris hawks together as far as I'm aware, and they'll work off each other. You can work them with dogs, so they'll work in, if you've got pointers or your springers or something flushing out prey, or quarry as it's called there probably. The Harris hawk will start to use the dog, and it'll use other stuff to help itself get to its goal. And so, I mean, our sheepdogs are a little bit like that. Particularly that young dog I have, Dale, there. He doesn't really need me. He's very much like, probably in dog terms, like the goshawk. And so I have to make him see that it's in his interest to use me to get him what he wants, and so that we can work together. I don't know, is symbiotic, is that a word you use to describe that? The two of us need to work together to both get satisfied. And so that's a long way away from the will to please. If I was to start thinking about why hasn't Dale got the will to please, I'd be going off down the wrong track. We wouldn't be making any progress. So that's why I'm all about telling yourself the truth.